in our time? Yeah, but they do it in a snaky way, some of them, yes? So now, Prophet Muhammad went to them after the war with the Ahzab, with the parties. So they said to Prophet Muhammad, we will not accept your judgment. Watch this. We will not accept your judgment. He said, okay, which judgment do you want to accept? We want to accept the judgment of our allies. Who is it? Sa'd ibn Mu'adh. So now, not Prophet Muhammad, watch this. Prophet Muhammad said, let me judge. I said, no, we don't want you. So now you should speak to the Jews. Because they said, we want Sa'd ibn Mu'adh. Sa'd ibn Mu'adh came. He said, oh, Messenger of Allah, it's my judgment. If I send my judgment, everyone will accept it? He said, yes. And they said, you happy with it? He said, yes. He says, my judgment is to kill their man and keep their women and children. Okay? Now watch this. Do you know that judgment is in the Bible? In the Bible says...
I don't care about
wait. So that judgment, the Jews were happy with it. You know they're happy with it.
It's their own book.
There's our own book and there was their own law. So if you have a problem with that law, you should go to Israel, to Jewish, speak to them. Don't ask me that question.
I don't agree with Jewish people as well.
No, I didn't ask you that.
I don't agree with Israel doing things to Palestinians. But
I understand that.
My problem
but that was justice. What Prophet Muhammad
my
did.
problem with Islam is
I mean, what Sa'd ibn Mu'adh did, to be honest.
that I grew up in Saudi Arabia, so
Okay.
I know Arabic as well. Islam becomes very forceful.
In what way? Explain that to me.
So when Muslims, they get majority, they want to force their laws.
When the Muslim came, majority, they forced their laws.
Yeah.
Where?
Everywhere in the world. So here,
What do you mean
we've
they're
got
forced?
so here we've got a right to live our lives as we want to.
What do you mean that they force their laws? Because that's not true. Because why? According to Islamic legislation, the Christian and the Jews in the Muslim countries, they have their own court. Did you know that? I don't have my own court here. Rather, there were big protests against the Muslims because idea believed the Muslims, they have their own court in this country. And there were big protests against us. So the Muslims, Islam is more tolerant than any ideas or ideologies. Because in Islam, the Christians and the Jews, they can have their own courts. You didn't know that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah. No problem. What's your name?
Amir.
Nice to meet you. Ahmed or Amr?
Amir.
Amr. Well, nice to meet you. My name is Shamsi, Amr. You see, Amr, so my point here, Amr, if you notice that, first of all, the issue, Anwar, leave him, we're talking. Yeah. So, Bani Qurayza's issue, I noticed many Christians try to use it, but my point here is, okay, if you are, not you, okay, for Christians or anyone, if you are consistent, you see you care about people, first of all, that was a war, and that's the outcome of war. And the Prophet Muhammad never said kill their women and their children. No. He said kill their men. The one they were eligible for war.
But do you know what? In Pakistan in 2016,
Yes.
Taliban, they went to a school.
Okay.
And they killed around 400 children in Peshawar.
That's nothing to us.
No, but the reason they gave was Banu Qurayza. They said Prophet ordered killing of children who had hair.
Can you give me proof when they said that?
Yeah.
Anyway, but I don't agree with Taliban anyway. Okay. Yeah. I don't agree with Taliban because Taliban are terrorists. Wait. Taliban are terrorists. Taliban killing children and women in Pakistan. They are evil ones. And the Muslims of Pakistan, they should aid the Pakistani government against them.
So that's what I'm talking about.
That's Wikipedia, brother.
Yeah, but
but you can't use Wikipedia to quote someone else because look, Ammar, yeah.
This is BBC.
Yeah, but BBC is who said BBC? No, BBC is the Prophet Muhammad. Huh? No. We have to be just. Look, we are. Wait. Look, Ammar, yeah. We are against ISIS. We are against Taliban, yeah. But we should not lie against them as well. Okay. We should not. In Islam, even we're not allowed to lie against anyone. You cannot go because you hate ISIS, then you ascribe
Brother,
something
you're
to
the
them.
first person who I've met who's polite and who's answering the question.
I'm polite. People, they think I'm rude, man.
No.
You made my day.
No, seriously. Because most of the Muslims, I have a problem. When you ask them questions...
They come this way because we're blocking them. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, they become very aggressive.
No, that's not good. That's not good. You know, because you live in Saudi, one of the great scholars called Bin Baz, okay, Abdulaziz Bin Baz.
Yeah.
And he was asked about someone who left Islam, okay? He said, how should we deal with him? He said, be good to him, speak nice to him, try to advise him, try to reason with him, understand? Because even some people say, He left Islam. Kill him.
But you know what? Bin Baz himself,
Yeah.
he was a Saudi stooge of Fahd. Because
No, really, he was not under, Bin Baz spoke against Saudi when they were doing evil. He was not Bin Baz.
you know,
But my point, look, sorry.
I'll tell you one thing.
Go on.
You're an Arab. You're from Algeria.
That's correct.
Yeah. So the way Arabs treated us.
Anwar, sorry, so Amr. Anwar, wallah, leave him. Take care of yourself, take care.
Yeah. The way Saudi.
خلاص أخي. أنور شو قال لك كل يوم أنور لك شو.
So the way Saudis treated, yeah, they Rafiq, yalla Rafiq.
No, but we have to agree.
No.
Yeah. No,
no.
we have to
Hang on a
agree.
minute.
There is some racism there, without any
Yeah,
doubt.
yeah.
I agree with that, without doubt. But the Saudi is not Islam. Saudi is one of the best countries, of course.
Bangladeshi.
No, brother. Amr.
Islam,
Wait, please,
Islam.
Amr, you're going somewhere else. My point, you came about Bani
Where
Qurayda.
in Saudi are you from?
Brother, wait.
Hyde. Yeah.
Amr, you come about Bani Qurayda, okay? Now you came about something else. In Islam, okay? Who caused the World War I?
That was secular world, Christians, yeah.
Who caused the World War II?
Yeah, they do again.
Who dropped what they call it, nuclear bomb?
Americans.
Americans.
Look, I would
So
always,
wait. Who went to Iraq based upon the lies and destroyed Iraq?
They do. They
see.
did.
So-
You
so-
see, I'm not gonna.
Who colonized most of the world and
Absolutely.
enslaved them?
And listen, brother, I'm not gonna defend them because
See?
they
No,
were
but
complete
what you have
lies.
to understand, you see what happened?
But
Amr, listen what's happened.
I just want the
Go on,
truth,
sorry.
okay? So listen, now here, the way they went to war in Iraq, completely wrong. They were lies. But you know, my experience living in Saudi Arabia,
أخوان, can you move aside?
I was,
Come.
I have more
Yeah.
rights
Come,
here
تعال يا أخي.
in a country.
ولي 11 تسمع فيهم.
So brother, I have more rights here than in Saudi Arabia.
You have more rights here than in Saudi.
Yeah.
And what? Look, listen.
I'll
Wait,
tell you.
Amma, let me correct you in this. Yeah. Yes, we have freedom here, but no, we don't have absolute freedom. There's no absolute freedom in any part of the world. That's just a play. Now, in this country, man is allowed to walk topless. Women not allowed. Women not allowed. There's no freedom for her.
In this country?
In this country, yeah, women not allowed.
No.
Here, Google it. It's known.
They were.
No, I forgot about builder. Women not allowed this law in this country. The British law, women are not allowed to walk topless.
No. I think if you, because there was a famous case. I'm a doctor, okay?
Okay.
I'm actually a psychiatrist. I'm a forensic psychiatrist. So there was a famous case in Scotland where this guy who was walking naked, and he was picked up and charged, and he was actually
Not naked, topless.
No.
Without t-shirt. I can walk without t-shirt, showing my chest, my belly, everything. Yeah. Women not allowed to show her breast.
Really?
Of course.
I didn't know
So,
that.
okay, that's one. Yeah. So in some countries, there's more freedom than other countries. Understand? So don't say here, there is no absolute freedom in anywhere in the world. Understand?
What I
Every
meant-
sorry. Every freedom is restricted to the country law.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? Now when Britain give us freedom, that freedom is not absolute freedom. That freedom is according to their law. For example, in this country, I'm against ISIS without any doubt. But in this country, if you start praising ISIS, then you'll be in big problem. So there's no freedom of speech. But in some Muslim countries, praise ISIS, even they are against ISIS, but they tell you that's freedom of speech. Understand? So we have to understand that, because I notice many people are getting deceived by this freedom. There is no absolute freedom in any part of the world. For example, if I want to have 10 girlfriends, there's no problem with that. But if I want to have 2 full wives, I'm not allowed to have that. And 4 wives, imagine 4 women said, I'm happy with you, Shamsi, I'm happy with them, we're not harming no one. We're not allowed to do that. You see what I'm saying? So there is no absolute freedom, brother.
No, that's right.
You see, I explained that,
agree.
alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah. Well, I'll ask you, so you don't believe in a creator?
No, I don't.
So when he wants to judge what is right and what is wrong, what is your criteria?
For me, humanity is the biggest religion.
Brother, humanity, there's Christian and Jews and atheists, Hindu, and they differ with you. But I'm saying, what is your criteria to determine what is right, what is wrong, and what is true and what is false?
When you think about this, okay,
Yeah.
humans have been in their current form for around 40,000 years.
In what?
40,000 years. So that's when we evolved.
Evolved to where?
Right. The current form of humans, it's 40,000 years. That's our age.
4,000 years we've been human.
40.
40.
Yeah.
Who said that?
Well, that's what the paleontologists.
Not all of them. Some of them differ. They say there will be human been around for many years, over 100 years, 200 years,
Fair enough.
300,000.
Yeah, we all are entitled to our opinion, but the science
Yeah, okay.
tells us.
Yeah, who's science though? Because there's scientists who they tell you differ. Yeah.
Okay.
I think you got the wrong guy today, innit? I know. You know this guy just like says scientific. Gonna believe.
Do you know what? I like you.
Thank you very much.
There's one thing I like about you is that you smile
Alhamdulillah.
and you answer politely.
I try my best, but sometimes I get angry, we're not African, we're just angry sometimes. Yeah, blood.
So,
But can I ask you
so-
something? Forget all of that.
Yeah.
What made you to leave Islam?
It was very interesting, my journey, because I was very religious. I grew up in a very religious family.
Okay.
I read like Quran, namaz, and the more I read about Islam, there were lots of questions in my mind.
Okay, no
So
problem.
I started asking those questions to the alims and to the Maulanas. Yeah?
No problem.
And then they
Can you
would
give
say,
us an example
I'll
of those
give you-
questions?
Yeah, I'll give you.
All right.
And they would say, no, you have to have faith to believe. And my answer was,
You're right, you're not Christian, Maulana.
no, they were all, one in Saudi Arabia, one here in London. And I said to them, no, I want to have a logic.
Okay.
And what they said was that there are lots of things which we can't understand. The God has not made our mind to understand those things. For me, I can't understand this logic that if there is a creator who's created us,
Yeah.
but he's not given us enough intelligence to understand about the creator. That's not right.
No, I respect that as a false criteria. You know why? Because
Sorry.
it's not a condition for the creator to exist. You have to understand everything about him. Because you and the creator are different beings. The creator has no beginning, no end. You are created. Yes, in Islam, the point will be the creator will not give us a revelation that we cannot understand, especially the foundation, the core. He will not tell us to follow something we cannot understand.
Do you know why, brother?
So
Listen,
sorry,
if you-
one second to cut you. Yeah, sorry, forgive me to
Oh,
cut
yeah,
you.
sorry.
My point here is, what was your doubt? For example, no problem, because me when I start practicing, I came across certain things which I didn't understand.
Yeah.
But I know someone leading the prayer in the mosque doesn't mean he knows how to answer question, or someone knows the Quran. No. I knew who to go to. I went to people who study Islam correctly, from the correct sources, not because he led the prayer or he called Maulana, khalas, I have to go to him. No, that is one of the mistakes that many Muslims are doing our time. They go to a local mosque in Whitechapel or Shevet Bush. Yeah, some old uncle from Pakistan or Algeria or Morocco, miskin, he's old school, and they ask him, he said, listen, just believe, that's it. No, alhamdulillah, you have to ask the question. And alhamdulillah, our scholars from day one answer the questions based upon the Quran and the Sunnah. Yeah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Ibn Abbas, one of the Prophet Muhammad's companion, they said to him, yeah, Ibn Abbas, how do you gain that lot of knowledge?
Okay,
He
I'll
said,
just ask you one- can I just ask
let
you
me finish my point, let me finish. He said, لسان سؤول وعقل عقول. وقلب عقول. They said to him, how do you gain that lot of that knowledge? He said, because, asking questions and understanding.
Absolutely, spot on. Now, my question.
Go on.
There's a whole surah. ألم تر كيف فعل ربك بأصحاب الفيل؟
نعم.
ألم يجعل كيدهم في تدبير
Yes.
وأرسل عليهم
Yeah.
طيرا أبابيل
Yes.
ترميهم بحجارة من سجيل
Yes.
فجعلهم
It's
كعصف
cool.
مأكول. Now, in Saudi
ما شاء
Arabia,
الله أخي أبي بن أبي سالول القرآن أبي بن أبي سالول بيج منافقين القرآن أخي يسمى ما شاء الله.
well, no, I'm an atheist.
Yeah, but I'm saying,
I knew.
you shouldn't be surprised.
I knew you 27, 28, and 29. I read them. So
ابن أبي سالول.
yeah. But anyway, so in current Saudi history, there's no evidence
Mention
of
about
elephant. There's no evidence of any bones. And plus, if there were elephants, they need water, 10 tons of water every day. And Makkah was very arid. It had no water. So a war of elephants could not have been.
So that's one of the you doubts.
Yeah.
So you, the Ammar, yes, clearly you never studied the chapter, because the chapter never said there were elephants in Mecca. No. First of all, that they came. They came from from Habasha.
From Yemen.
From
Yemen, not
Habasha or Yemen. Yes, one. Because
No, not Habasha, because
Abraha was a Habashi, a king,
Abyssinian,
from
okay.
Abyssinian,
Yeah.
And Habasha, Abraha was controlling part of Yemen and part of Habasha as well. Some of them you mentioned, okay?
Okay.
My point here is that you are incorrect, because there is a pre-Islamic poetry speaking about the story of the field. Because me myself, I searched this. When I was speaking to one atheist, he mentioned that. He said, you people talking about the story of the field, how come there is not in the pre-Islamic days? So I searched it, there is. It's mentioned about it. One of the poets mentioned, not one, two poets mentioned about the pre-Islamic days, about the story of the elephant. That's one. The other thing, clearly the story mentioned they were brought over. For example, when the Muslim fought
The whole year, that's what I'm saying. Okay, sorry.
let me finish. Allow me to finish my point.
No, okay, just one more.
Ammar, let me finish my point.
Okay, listen.
Let me finish my point. Yeah, point.
It's okay.
Now, what you have to understand, you know, in history, around, I believe, maybe 700 years ago, there was a battle between the Muslims, the Moors, and the Spanish.
Yeah.
And what happened? Yusuf ibn Tashafin from Mauritania, okay, Murabitun, they took camels with them to Spain. But we know there's no camels in Spain. But no one said those camels that were from Spain. No, they were brought over. Understand? So same thing, the elephants.
Hannibal took elephants across the Alps.
That's
Snow,
fine.
Spain, Italy, to the Romans, and he fought them.
What I'm trying to say is that there are no bones. There's no evidence.
No, but for no. But wait. No. That's not good. That's,
okay,
no. Let me finish.
Second.
No, Ammar, that's not good point.
Second.
That's not good point. You know why? There's no good point. You know why? Evolutionists, Darwin, those who believe in Darwin evolution, they say that the way evolution happened, it happened in very slow motion. Okay.
Absolutely, that's how it is.
Okay. Now, if we dig the earth, easily we can find human bones, animal bones. Why is it taking us thousands of years to find the missing links? If it was widespread upon the earth, that was a time when someone was half human, half something, or quarter of something, the quarter of this. If there were thousands of us,
I have a very good answer.
you see what I'm saying?
I'll give you the answer.
Dinosaur, yeah, that's not good. But your argument is not good. Your argument is not good.
No.
Yeah.
Well, if we look at the bones, which we have found, and from 40,000 years, we've now found some bodies buried in ice as well, pre-Neolithic humans, who were between a link between chimpanzees and us. If you look at the DNA, humans and chimpanzees, they have 99% similar DNA.
If you actually study that, so that claim that's been made that a human and a chimpanzee has 99% DNA, basically there's a lot of bias in that experiment. So Bart Rusk, he has a refutation on Darwinist evolution. A lot of these experiments he shows in terms of paleontology, in terms of molecular biology, that there's a lot of things which are inconsistent. For example, carbon dating. How are they going to find something that came about 40,000 years ago? By carbon dating. But even carbon dating has flaws when you go after 10,000 years.
No, I agree with that.
So you have to understand, because even in terms of evolution has been pumped today as something which is an objective truth. Even though it's an assumption being made which cannot be proved.
Absolutely.
So
I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
If you ask me, I don't know how we got created.
No, but I see.
Because there are absolutely.
But our argument, to go back here, because my brother, he knows about this issue. That's why I let him speak. Okay.
I wish I could buy you a coffee.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
You're
Why?
a nice
Because I'm
guy.
Algerian.
No,
We
you're
love
a nice
coffee.
guy. No, you're a nice guy.
Thank you very much. So what is the second question?
My second question.
Go on. But is that clear?
Yeah.
The first one.
No. But we will.
No, your argument is not good because why? We cannot find the bones and the forces
brother,
of the.
I'll give you my phone number.
Okay,
We'll stay in
Inshallah,
touch.
no problem.
Okay.
I would love to have
Now,
exchange
second,
numbers.
Hijr Aswad.
Second?
Hajar al-Aswad.
Hajar al-Aswad.
Hajj Hazard, okay.
So I was actually here in the Imperial Museum. Because I've done many umrahs and Hajj,
Yeah.
you know. So it was interesting because I saw a stone, a black stone, which was a meteor.
Yeah.
And I just said, it looks a bit same. And the guy who was standing on the exhibition,
Yeah.
I said to him, can I touch it? Because it was actually in glass. Yeah. And he said, why do you want to touch it? I said, well, this exactly looks like Hijr Aswad.
Yeah.
So he said, okay, I have to ask my supervisor. So anyway, they got that out. And I said, can I kiss it? Because obviously, when
What,
you do-
every black stone you go kiss?
No, not every block.
I'm joking.
Listen.
Go ahead.
When you do Umrah, you kiss the
black stone, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I've done that many times.
Okay.
So I just wanted to make sure, but I touched it, absolutely the same feeling. When I kissed it, same feeling. So actually, I said to him, do you know what? This stone is exactly like the black stone in Makkah. And that guy was an astrophysicist. And he said, actually, the stone in Mecca is a meteor. which actually landed.
But that's based on the assumption that God doesn't exist. For him to say that, because remember, if someone doesn't believe God exists,
You
they're going to
explain
explain away
everything.
everything.
Everything, yes.
And even that argument to say that because you touch and kiss a black stone, so if I kiss steel and aluminium,
Yeah.
one second.
But listen,
Let-
the same
let me-
black
let-
stone.
let me finish, Adam, let me
No,
finish.
okay, sorry. I apologize.
No problem.
Same,
Finish.
same black stone was stolen by a Bahraini.
Yes, of course, but the Qaramita.
Yeah, Karamita. And he actually, unfortunately, for years, did shit on it.
Who?
Yeah. The one, the Bahraini guy who took the black stone out of
Never
Mecca.
shit.
No, did he say?
Bro, you can see pictures. It happened. You know how long it happened? Happened 800 years ago.
You see him?
Happened 800 years ago. How you see him?
I just read about it.
Yeah, bro, come on. You believe everything, Ammar, man. Ammar, you have to be careful. Ammar, the argument is battle. Ammar, you know why not from you, yeah? Ammar, look. You know, you see me nice gay. Yeah, nice guy, I said nice
Guy,
gay.
not gay.
Yeah, sorry. No,
I don't have problems with gays as well.
Yeah, no, okay.
Everyone is
No.
each to their own.
Wait. First of all,
Maybe Hindu.
I noticed that your argument of respect is not that strong. You understand? And my brother here mentioned a good points. You know when you go to those who don't believe in God, yes? Akhi, move the alley please, because you know people are gonna barakallah fi.
Thank you.
You know-
That's a good one.
Of course, teaching of Prophet Muhammad, he
Yeah,
said that, alayhi
exactly.
salam. You know? So my point here, Ammar, that those who do not believe in God, if they come across anything, they're going to explain it according to their belief. What is their belief? There is no God. There is a way to explain it in a way which is material. You see what I'm saying? So our point here is, Allah in the Quran never taught us to believe Islam is the truth because just that's it. No, Allah gave us a adillah wal barahin. You know barahin.
Can you not film it?
No problem,
Oh,
it's okay.
from behind.
It's too late, many people filmed you. Barahin, you know Barahin, Ammar, Barahin. Barahin calls self-evidence. What is self-evidence? Like now today is a day. For you to say to me, prove to me is a day, that would be crazy, okay? So now us when we reflect upon the creation and we see the order and you can see the wisdom, the knowledge and the power behind the creation and all of these attributes has to exist in something.
But think about this. I completely agree and
Yeah.
take your point.
Okay.
I exactly take your point. I'm not 100% believer on evolution as well.
Yeah. So
I
you're
think-
agnostic,
I think-
you're more agnostic.
Well, atheist, agnostic, whatever. Because there are lots of
Because
questions.
atheists, they say there's no God, absolutely.
Certainty in it, that's what
Yeah.
yeah.
But you're not like that.
I don't know whether there's
Because it doesn't make any sense. People lie, to be honest, Amma, yeah? Wallahi, many times I'm traveling to Scotland, to Birmingham, and you see the beauty.
That's where I grew up, Scotland.
Yeah, I lived in Glasgow.
Edinburgh.
I went to Edinburgh as well. We went to give da'wah, and 5 people became Muslims there. 5 people. Smile, man. 5 people become Muslims. You see, he's not smiling. Alhamdulillah.
Do you know why? This is a
Wait, before you tell me why. First of all, when you travel and you see the beauty of the creation, that's what Allah said in the Quran. To you and to me, إن في خلق السماوات والأرض واختلاف الليل والنهار لآيات لأولي الألباب الذين يذكرون الله قياما وقعودا وعلى جنوبهم ويتفكرون في خلق السماوات والأرض ربنا ما خلقت هذا باطلا سبحانك فقنا عذاب النار. Allah said, in the change in the day of the night and alteration, change within the creation of the heavens and the earth and the alteration of the day and night. It is a science for people of understanding.
Fair enough.
Those who reflect upon the creation of Allah.
What do you think about Warqa bin Nawfal's role in Islam?
No, but if we come to Warqa bin Nawfal, first of all, let us establish that no one can escape that this tremendous creation came just randomly. Look, simple phone, simple example. You're a doctor, yeah? Wallahi, if you bring someone from a desert or in a jungle and you give him the phone, yeah, he never see the one who made the phone. Ammar, yeah, focus with me, please. He will look at the phone, yeah. There is a menu, there is a camera. He doesn't know the guy who made it. He doesn't know what his shoe size, none of that. But with natural inclination and a sound reasoning, he will tell you this was made, was created. Okay, what about the creation of the heavens and the earth? What about you and I? We have a nose next to our mouth. Before you eat, smell food. You have eyebrows above your eyes. You have teeth in your mouth, not in your eyes. If everything happened randomly, how come we never see a child having his feet in his mouth or his head in his bum, his backside?
Well,
Why?
No, children suck their feet.
No, I'm not saying that. If it's randomly, Ammar, be honest, Ammar.
You must understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Ammar, what I'm saying,
Fair
yeah?
enough. Sorry.
Ammar, no, we have to be honest. Why, Ammar? Yeah? This stuff is very short. You understand? Have you been Morocco, Algeria?
No, I have not.
Okay. Imagine you're going to travel to Algeria, okay? You don't know which currency they
I
use.
watched a movie about Algeria.
There's many movies. Okay.
There was a very nice movie, French movie, where the Christian monks who used to live in.
Don't trust French movies about Algeria, especially French movies.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's,
Anyway, listen
it
to
was
this.
A few God's men. So it was a very interesting movie, actually. You should watch it.
All right, no problem. I'm too busy for that. Anyway, you know, I just told you the life is too short, Ammar. How are we gonna watch this? No, listen to this, Ammar. Yeah. So you ask as a person with a sound reasoning. You step back. You say, okay, which currency they use in Algeria? Is it a safe country? Is it cold? Is it hot? You will not just know what. Let me get there and I will come to know. No, you will study before. Likewise, one day we're going to live this life. For certainty, there's nothing guaranteeing this life except death. And we're
Absolutely.
going to die. So we have to ask
I
ourselves.
see people dying every day.
That's what I'm saying. You're a doctor. You should ask ourselves why we have to die. What will happen to us? So will Allah tell us to reflect?
Do you know
And-
what do I believe?
So, wait a minute. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Like we don't believe Prophet Muhammad is a true prophet, not because of that, not because
no,
he
I'm
said
not
that.
saying anything about
hear me,
that.
hear me. We have a tangible proofs from his prophecy, his miracles. The prophets and messengers that came before him, prophesying about him, how prophets in the Quran, the teaching of the Quran, his legislation, all of that coming together give us certainty and knowledge that Muhammad must be the messenger of Allah. So wallahi, like, you know, think about it deeply.
Okay.
We can exchange number.
Well, yeah, we can
Okay.
definitely.
No problem.
I think you're.
Thank you for giving me time to speak.
No, you're the only polite Muslim I've met. Seriously.
No, I don't believe
Because,
that.
No,
There's many.
seriously.
No.
Because you know they start
There's-
fighting, and
Yeah,
you
no.
as
Man,
well.
I'm polite, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
no, you're polite.
So that's
Okay,
two now.
my question about
There's
religion.
many Muslims out there. There's
if
brothers
you-
here more polite than me.
If you think about Judaism and then Christianity and then
Yeah,
Islam,
yeah.
they all came around 500 miles, 500 years radius. Okay.
What do you- sorry, I didn't catch that.
So basically, if you look at the difference between Judaism, Christianity, and geographically, they were all in 500 miles. Okay.
Okay, yeah, the geography, okay, yeah.
And
Okay,
all in 500 years.
okay.
For me, if God had only sent one religion,
Hmm.
one prophet, I would have been more happier to accept that. But why did God have to resend the message again and again?
That's a good point. That's a good point.
And
That's a good
let,
question.
let me finish.
Yeah. Of course, let you finish.
And why didn't he send one prophet to South America or one to China? Because it would have been more practical.
Okay. Now this is a good question. First of all, this question again is based upon assumption. Why? Because also sometimes what we want from God, we want God to follow our way. Now you're asking why God not do this. Another person will come, no, I want God to do something else. Okay? The complete opposite. So God is not subjected to your desires or my desires. Okay? But the question you ask, why God had sent other prophets and messengers, that's been explained. When God sent the prophets, of course, that we've been upon the earth for centuries. Okay? Okay? So no way is going to send a prophet to live forever. So the old prophet that God sent, either that prophet was specific for the nation and their time, and the legislation was given to him specific for those people. Yeah? So based upon God's wisdom, God sent another prophet with another teaching to different generations. Okay? Or the prophet, his teaching is been corrupted. So God will send another prophet. Hear me. Okay.
Just a question. If it's God's teaching,
Yeah.
it shouldn't be corrupted.
That's a good point. If God's teaching should not be corrupted, but remember why? Because those rabbis, they said to God, let us be in charge of the book to take care of it.
And God
that
was so simple
No.
that he did.
No. God put them as a test, okay? God put them as a test. First of all, Ammar, to be honest, your argument cannot stand. You know why? Because you have no criteria to determine how God should react or how should behave.
Fair enough.
You know
I
what I'm saying?
agree, yeah. No, I
So
agree
now
with that.
the only way for us to know how God should do this or that is by going back to the revelation. If we establish that Prophet Muhammad is a true prophet and alayhi salatu wasalam, and the revelation he came with is from God, logic dictates we must follow him because the Most High will not choose a liar to convey his message. Okay? Now watch this. Now the question you should ask me, why you believe Prophet Muhammad is a true prophet? That's the question, because if I establish Prophet Muhammad is a true prophet with a logical argument, with the tangible proofs, logic dictates, we should believe what he came with.
Shams, brother.
Yeah.
Is your name Shams?
Shamsi, yeah.
Shamsi, you've convoluted my question. My question is, in 500 years, 500
I'm gonna say, I'm coming.
Why
I'm
did
coming to
God
it.
had to
I'm coming
send
to it.
three
No.
big religions?
No. Allah answered this in the Quran. Allah said, وَلَقَدْ بَعَثْنَا فِي كُلِّ أُمَّةٍ رَسُولًا أَنِ اعْبُدُوا اللَّهَ وَاجْتَنِبُوا الطَّاغُوتَ. We have sent a messenger to every nation. No, 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 not to to the Jews, no, to every nation, proclaiming, worship Allah and stay away from the false gods. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned another verse, وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَا مِن رَسُولٍ مِّن قَبْلِكَ إِلَّا وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَا مِن قَبْلِكَ مِن رَسُولٍ إِلَّا نُوحِي إِلَيْهِ أَنَّهُ لَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا أَنَا فَاعْبُدُونِ. We have not sent a messenger before you, O Muhammad, except we reveal to him there is no one worthy of worship except Allah. So worship Allah. So Allah mentioned clearly, Allah sent prophets and messengers to every nation. However, some of the prophets and messengers, their teachings was not preserved, and they never had many followers. Those who had many followers, the Moses and Jesus and the Prophet Muhammad, who was the last prophet. You see. So now,
Do you know about Ahmadi Muslims?
Ahmadi, they're not Muslims.
Well, they call themselves Muslims.
Yeah, but let's analyze that. Yeah. If in the Quran Allah said there, وَمَا مُحَمَّدٌ وَمَا محمد
ولكنه رسول.
no, where's the verse? ما كان محمد أبا أحد من رجالكم ولكن رسول الله وخاتم النبيين. قراءة أخرى وخاتم النبيين. Okay. Now, if the Quran clearly says Allah, the Prophet Muhammad is the last prophet, and he's the beauty of the prophets and messengers. Yes, both qira'at recitation. Yeah. Now, if we believe Prophet Muhammad is the last prophet, how can someone who believes in the Quran believe there is another prophet? That's contradiction.
Well, yeah, I know, but they don't call themselves prophet. They say it's Mahdi, actually.
No, they say prophet. First, he started as what? As a reviver of Islam.
Yeah.
Then he claimed to be Mahdi.
Yeah.
Then he claimed to be Prophet Isa. You know, as they say in Arabic. بالعربي يقول لك الجنون فنون.
Yeah, he
Craziness
yeah,
excuse.
Yeah, he used to be a very big alim, you know?
No, he was a big shooter.
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean, he was a very good alim before he became like...
No, he was كذاب.
but yeah,
He was كذاب.
interesting.
So now, when you were Muslims, yeah? If someone asked you why you believe Prophet Muhammad is a true prophet, how would you answer him?
I still don't know.
You see, because that's a problem, Ammar. You know why? Not just you. Because, you know, I've been giving da'wah. Many Muslims, our family and our parents, may Allah forgive them, Allah have mercy upon them. When they taught us about Islam, they never taught us the correct Islam in a way. Allah said, pray, proof of this and that. Islam is the truth because this logical argument, rational argument with evidences. They say, pray. Why? Just pray, shut up. Okay? That's a wrong way of teaching. Of course, our families, our parents, due to the invasion of the West in our countries, and especially Algeria. In Algeria, the French, they abandoned my language. In Algeria, we're not allowed to speak Arabic or teach Arabic. That was in 1948. When the French were fighting against Hitler to help the Zionists. And they were in Algeria killing children and women. Look at the hypocrisy of the French,
No,
so my point here is, so my father,
that Libyan guy, Desert of Light. What was his name?
So, Omar Mukhtar. But what she said. So may Allah forgive our parents because they lived in a time when ignorance was forced upon them. But now we are able to learn and study. Rather, this social media is good for us to convey the true Islam with the proofs and evidences. You understand? Why Prophet Muhammad is a true prophet? Ask me that question.
I'll ask you when we're alone.
All
I'll
right.
give you my number.
Inshallah. We'll ask exchange number, inshallah. But you know, I'll pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bring you back to the truth. Inshallah.
And what if your prayer is not heard then?
No, it's heard. There's 3 ways to Allah heard our prayer. He will answer it, or He will leave it as a reward for me in the hereafter, or He will remove calamity for me.
Listen, let's
Truth
see.
and dua.
Let's see
To
whether
be
your
honest,
prayer works.
you know, Ammar, I don't really use my personal experience as a proof, but what happened to me, how I was in the past and now, wallahi, it's so amazing how Allah heard my prayer.
Shamsi, what's your number?
999. Emergency. Say Shamsi there, put your through. Let me put your. Nice. Alright, this is WhatsApp number. So inshallah, WhatsApp me. Okay.
Yeah, we'll stay in touch.
Okay.
Pray for me then.
Inshallah,
Let's
Ammar,
see-
take care. Look
let's
after
see
yourself.
Whether I become a Muslim or not.
Inshallah, you never know. You never know, Ammar. Take care of yourself. Look after yourself.
You're a good
All
man.
right. Thank you very much. Take care. Thanks. Go pray Maghrib. Let's go pray Maghrib, inshallah. Yes. هي تفضل إخوة. صلاة المغرب brothers.
Yes.